Hello everyone, I'm Boko. Thank you for coming. Today I have a lesson that I have recorded with one of my students, and I thought it would be a good idea for all of you to see what the lessons look like and what my teaching methods are. So today we recorded lesson 1 for my course. Take a look. So yeah, we start from scratch. We start from the very beginning. This is the Serbian alphabet, and we have 8 letters in the Serbian alphabet that we don't have in English.
Yeah.
Maybe you already know. So these are the letters. The first one is letter ch.
Ch. Yeah.
So this
Ch.
one. So these are the Serbian words here. Maybe you can try reading them.
Čovjek.
Da, super, super.
Čovjek. Yeah.
The ch letter.
Čo.
Ciao.
Čo.
Hmm?
Čo.
Ciao. Da. Ž.
Ž.
Mhm.
Žena.
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 Exactly. So the next one is J.
Ž.
Yes, harder one.
Džem.
Da. Gem. Next one is softer, so it's like juice. It's just J. J.
Dž.
Mhm.
Dž.
So we say
Džak.
exactly.
Džak.
Okay, this one
Šta.
exactly. So now we have the Ñ letter.
Nja. Nja.
Yes. So horse.
Konj.
Exactly. Konj.
Konj.
Yes. And the last letter may be the hardest for some people. Lj.
Ja. Ljubav.
Ljubav. Exactly.
Ljubav.
So you sound perfect, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Of course, of course. So obviously you've been around the language for several months, for 8 months, and
Oh, I have a hard time these 3 months. I have been studied Russian language for 2 years.
oh,
So I confused. I completely mixed together the pronunciation. So now I can yes, I can separate them.
right.
It's a hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I think so because they are similar and
Similar.
yeah, yeah. But okay, that's great.
Okay.
So I'm sure you know these words. Yes.
Yes. No.
Da
Ah.
and no. Ne.
Ne. Da. Ne.
Da.
Yeah.
Ne. Exactly. So this little part, before we actually start with lesson 1, this little part is just about reading. So we should say Serbian is a completely phonetic language. So every letter has only one sound. So this can only be ts. It can never be k. So this is always ts, like tz in English, like gigahertz or something.
Yeah.
So if we,
Gigahertz.
yeah, so that sound, the ts sound, yeah. So A is always A,
Cha.
and this letter is R. So
R.
this
Cha.
for tsar, just like in Russian, right? You know Russian, so yeah. So tsar, exactly. So if I type this word,
Bolnica.
exactly, this is always B, this is always O, L, N,
L. N.
I,
I.
T, A.
C. A.
Yes, great. So now we have letter K, for example. It's always K, of course. So you have this animal. Can you try?
Kangaroo. Kangaroo.
Well, yeah, that's in English. Can you try in Serbian?
Kangaroo.
Kengur, exactly.
Kangaroo.
Kengur, yeah. So it's
Oh,
always
I
e.
don't know. I'm I'm confused. Which one is your action? Stress action.
Oh, where do we stress the word?
Yes. Is there rules?
Yes, yes, there are certain rules that we can apply. Yeah, uh, we can we can try learning like this. If the word is so, if we talk about stress, so if the word is short,
Mm-hmm.
maybe up to 3 syllables.
Mm-hmm.
Um, up to 3 syllables. Then uh, it's stressed on or at, I guess, on the first syllable.
Oh,
So kengur, bolnica.
kangaroo.
Yeah, and if the word is longer,
Mm-hmm.
like 4+ syllables, it's stressed on the second syllable usually.
Oh,
Yeah, da. And then if we take a look at this one,
computer.
computer.
Computer. Yeah,
Uh,
computer.
we just kind of use the English word there, so we just completely write it phonetically in Serbian
Computer.
with
Computer.
k, with y, exactly.
Computer. Yeah.
Computer, and then this word,
Kukuruz.
exactly,
Kukuruz.
kukuruz,
Kukuruz. Kuchina.
kuchinha, da,
Kuchin.
da. So these letters are always a,
A.
e,
E.
I,
I.
o,
O.
and u,
U.
da. Great, super. So let's officially start with my first lesson here in this course. Maybe you know this. Nice to meet you,
Yeah. Dragomir.
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 Hmm? So whatever you know, you can just say, and I will just type. Okay, and if you don't know anything, I'll help you then. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So you too, me too. We have this one word, ta
Taco.
takoje.
Taco. Takoji.
Yeah, or takoje, takoje.
Takoji. Takoji.
Yeah. Just means me too, right? So if you say I'm hungry, if you say I live in niche, if you say uh,
Takoji.
I want to study, I can just say takoje, yeah,
Yeah.
like me too.
Takoji. Oh.
Right? So nice to meet you too. You can just connect the first two.
Dragomir Takoji.
Exactly. Mm.
Zdravo.
Of course. Zdravo or
Zdravo. Joe.
John. Mm.
Dobro.
Mm-hmm. Dobro,
Dobro jutro.
dobro
Dobro
jutro.
jutro.
Mm.
Dobro dan.
Dobar dan.
Dobro večer.
Dobro veče.
Večer.
Mm.
Dobro večer. Laku noć.
Da. Laku noć.
Doviđenja.
Oh yeah, that's
Vidimo
goodbye.
se. Vidimo se. Okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Vidimo
Vidimo
se.
se.
Vidimo
Doviđenja.
se.
Mm-hmm. Name.
Ime.
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 Right,
Ime.
right. Ime.
Pre,
Prezime.
prezime.
Mm-hmm.
Prezime.
Prezime. But
Moje ime.
je.
Moje
Moje
ime je
Exactly.
Moje ime je
Da.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Moje ime
Super.
je Jordan.
Super. Yeah, that's definitely correct. Yes, that's definitely correct. But we maybe more often we like to say
Zovem.
this.
Zovem se. Zovem se.
Zomse, which is literally I call myself.
Zovem.
That's even more common, yeah? So Zomse Jordan.
Zovem se Jordan.
Yeah, so that's more common, but it's not
Moje.
incorrect, of course, to say, like you said
Moje
also,
ime
Jordan. Yeah, that's
Jordan.
literally my name is, yeah. Okay, so we also have a verb, just like zovem which
Zovem
is a verb. So we have a verb for my last name, prezivam se.
Plećivam se. Oh,
Da,
plećivam. Plećivam se.
da. So prezivam se Guo, yeah?
Go.
Yeah. Prezivam se Guo. Okay. How?
Kak. Kako.
Kako?
Kako.
So we ask, how do you call yourself?
Kako. 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 Kako se. Kako se zove.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes.
Kako se zove. Kako se
zoveš?
zove. Kako se zove.
Kako se zoveš?
Kako se pleći. Plećivaš.
Kako se prezivaš?
Plećivaš.
Da. Okay.
Oh.
So now we have a little dialogue. At the end of every lesson, we have a short dialogue with these words and sentences that we learned before. So let's try.
Hej. Moj. Zovem.
Bravo.
Zdravo. Zovem se Jordan. Drago mi je. Drago mi je. Zdravo. Zdravo, Anna. Drago mi je.
Drago mi je.
Drago mi je. Drago mi je.
Ta.
Oh, tako.
Takođe.
Takođe. Takođe. Kako vas.
Kako se...
Kako se zoveš?
Zoveš?
Kako se zoveš? Kako se zoveš? Zovem se Yun-U. Yun.
Yeah, maybe Hyunwoo.
Yun.
Da. So, how is your name written?
Bisa. Kako se piše? Kako se piše? Tvoje ime.
Exactly.
Tvoje ime.
Exactly. Kako se piše tvoje ime? This is like a maybe a little passive form. Yeah, se piše tvoje ime. So I wanted to use a name that has like a a Y and a
Korean. Yeah.
Oh, that's Korean. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Korean. Yes.
So it has a W and it has a Y, and we don't have these letters in Serbian, So that's why I used this name to show you that we actually just write it the way we hear it usually, like Hyun U or Hyun Vu, maybe. So we just write it how we hear it, and that's why we write your name Jordan, yeah, with the J, right? Jordan, or the word Michael we write like this, or the word Williams we write Williams. We don't use the W. We don't have these 4 letters, so we don't really use them unless it's really important for the bank account or for your passport or something, or for some legal documents. Then we use the original name. And in that case, you should be able to know how to say it. So here I want to show you how we actually call these letters.
Oh,
So the first one is.
way.
Do you know how we call the first one though? The Y.
Yip.
Oh well, in Serbian we call it Ypsilon.
Oh, Epsilon.
Ypsilon, yeah. This letter Y we call Ypsilon.
Epsilon.
Hmm.
Epsilon. Oh, like Germany.
Maybe, yeah, like the
Yeah.
Greek. Yeah, it's a
Greek. Yes.
Greek
Yes.
word, a Greek letter. Yeah. We also then we say X.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we say X. We say duplo V or duplo V.
Super. Super way.
Yeah, like double V.
Double. Oh, super.
Da.
Way.
Uh, so duplo V and Q.
Cool. Oh,
Q. Yeah. All right. So if you want to spell this name, to say it like letter by letter, so some other person can write it, you can go. You can say like h.
H. Epsilon.
Mm-hmm.
Epsilon.
Da.
N.
Mm-hmm.
N.
N or N.
N. N.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
N. Mm-hmm.
duplo. Duplo. V. V.
Da.
Cool. Oh, duplo.
Yeah. Duplo V.
O. O.
O.
Duplo. Duplo V. O. O.
O. O. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Nice. Nice. So is that right? We can ask
Dali. Dali je tako.
Dali je
Oh,
tako. Yeah.
Dali je tako.
So you can start every question with
Every
Dali,
question. Dali.
except for the W questions, because you just start with the W questions. Where, when, how,
Where,
what, which, how
this.
many, how much. Um,
Oh,
so in these cases you don't need Dali, so you can just say like kako se
tako.
zoveš, how do you call yourself? You don't need Dali. But for all the other questions, do you, are you, did you, will you, can you, should you, all these questions, you can start with Dali. Okay, so that's right.
Tako je.
Tako je. Hm?
Kak, kak,
Kako?
kako,
Mhm.
kako se zoveš?
Oh, this is your last name.
Oh, kako se preži, pre, preži, preživaš?
Prezivaš.
Preživaš.
Da. Hm?
Preživaš.
Hm.
Preživam. Preživam se
Se-
vidiš.
Yes, great. Prezivam se vidić. Great. Hm? This.
This ovo.
Ovo, yes.
Ovo.
Hm?
Ta, tamo.
That. Oh, tamo means over there.
Over there.
Over there is
A,
tamo.
O. Over.
Yeah.
Tamo.
And this one is just to.
To.
Just to.
To.
Da, o, to. How to write that, or how is that
Kako.
written?
Kako.
Kako.
Kako piše?
Hm?
Kako,
Kako
kako se
se
piše?
piše.
Piše. Piše to.
Exactly. Kako se piše to. And then the other person can say
Vi.
v, or yeah,
V.
just v.
V. I.
Mm-hmm.
D.
Mm-hmm.
I. Č.
Ch.
Č.
Yes. Perfect. Super.
Č.
Super. Yeah.
Hvala.
Hvala. Hm? You're welcome.
Namu, namo na čemu.
Mm-hmm.
Nema na čemu.
Exactly. Nema na čemu.
Čemu.
Da. Da, exactly. All right, let's try these sentences here.
Zovem se Zovem se Marco.
Da.
Joves. Joves se Milan.
Milan. Mhm.
Uh, uh, okay. Jove,
Mhm.
Jove se Nena.
Super. Mhm. So now we have a question.
Dari, Dari se,
Mhm.
Dari se Jove Anna.
Exactly. Da.
On,
Mhm.
Oni,
Se-
On se Jove.
well, his name is not Miloš. So
Oh,
you negate.
Ne,
Mhm.
On se Ne Jove. Milos.
Exactly. Or you can just say ne zove se
Ne Jove
Miloš.
se Milos. Moi, oh, Plekovita.
Mhm.
Pleđivam,
Da.
Pleđivam se
Mhm.
Tomić.
Tomić. Mhm.
Tomić.
Da.
Ne, ne prizo, ne pri, ne prizivam se Petrović.
Petrović. Mhm.
Petrović. Da li, da li se Jove prizivaš Mitić?
Da li se prezivaš Mitić? All right, great. Great, yeah. So you have been able to do this all by yourself. That's nice. So I can just shut up and you can say all these things and I can just type them. So that's good. And sometimes I explained some grammar rules as well. So maybe you already know because you studied Russian. Uh,
Yeah, yes, I know the grammar.
right, you know the
It's,
yeah,
it's very similar.
exactly, it's very similar, very similar. So we have three genders just like in Russian: mushki rod,
Yeah,
zhensky rod, srednyi rod.
yeah,
So I don't really know Russian, so I'm just gonna tell you quickly, right? So if the word ends in a consonant, that's
mm-hmm.
mushkirod,
Yes, yes.
like park, telephone.
Telephone.
If it ends in a, like
Ah,
majka, sestra, voda,
that's right.
that's ženski rod, yeah. And if the word ends in o or e,
Hey,
that's
hey,
neuter. That's srednji rod. So for
700.
example, yes,
Dede,
dete, she's a child, yeah.
te,
Jezero,
jezero.
she's a lake. Um, so these words are neuter,
Yes.
which is of course very important for our language, right? Because all the cases are going to be different in different genders. Uh, Verb to be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you would like to read this.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ja sam ti si on je, ona je, ono je, mi smo već te, oni su.
Yes, very good.
Yes, yes, piše.
Piszem, exactly. So it's very important to know that
Mm-hmm.
the present simple and the present continuous is the same, right? So in English is I am writing, but in Serbian is never ja sam pišem. It's always just pišem, right? It's the same.
Oh,
So we never use verb to be for the present tenses with verbs, but we do use it with adjectives. So if you say I'm hungry, you say ja sam
no, sam
gladan.
glad. Yeah,
Or gladan sam.
glad and sam. Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually how we say it because we like to omit the pronouns. We don't really need them because every person has a different form. I, you, he, she. It's all different. So we
Mm-hmm.
don't really have to say yeah. We just say gladan sam. And if you want to say you're hungry, you just say gladan si. And if you want to say he's hungry, you just say gladan ye. And she's hungry, gladna ye, because we changed the form um, to a feminine. The adjectives, of course, change through the through the genders. Okay, and just mentioned here that it's very important to remember this because we actually use verb to be to form the past tense.
Mhm.
So when you say I wrote, we
Yeah,
actually said mm-hmm,
some pizza.
da. Yeah, some piso or piso some.
Yes.
So we use the verb to be in the present form of the verb to be to form the past tense. Yeah, which is interesting, but that's yeah, just to mention. And the verb conjugation, which we also kind of mentioned here.
Yeah.
Uh, so if the verb
Pizza. Yeah.
pisem, right? If it ends in m, it's I.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Pieces.
Says. Mm-hmm.
Pieces.
Right. So no suffix for he, she, and it. Right.
Mhm. Pieces.
Okay.
Pisemo.
Da.
Pisemo.
So
Piste. Pisete.
pisete,
Pisete. Pisu.
pishu. Yeah.
Spavajo. Spavajo. Je svrade.
Yes, Pavel and Rade, yeah. So for all of these persons here, it's always the
Mhm.
same for all the verbs in Serbian, which is kind of easy and straightforward. But for
Mhm.
day, you have these three patterns. So how do you know how to make the day form? I've created this little table to show you.
Mhm.
So we call this pisze. We call that a stem. you know
Mhm.
that that's the stem is that part of the word without the suffix, which is
Mhm.
basically the same as he she, because he she form never has suffixes, so basically it's the stem.
Mhm.
So if you take a look at the stem, and if the stem ends in e, then the
Pise.
pisze, right, then the day form will be u. Pisze pishu. Jede jedu
Piso.
pije piju. E goes to u for day. uh,
Mhm.
if you take a look at the table now, if you see this stem, that the stems that end in e, or the verbs that end in e,
Ipo.
like he lives, živi,
Živi.
the day form will be e.
Živi.
Žive, they live, žive. So živi, žive, radi, rade, and so
Yeah.
on, right? So e goes to e, and the third possible situation is that your stem ends in a,
Spava. Spava.
spava. Then
Spava.
you add
Spavajo.
you, yeah, for day. So he sleeps spava, they sleep spavaju, spava spavaju, pliva plivaju, um, yeah, and so on. Ima imaju, yeah, that's the verb that I put here.
Imati. Imati.
Imati, yeah. So that's the infinitive form. So the infinitives in Serbian end either in t or chi. Yeah, we can highlight that. So I think it's mostly T, maybe 80-90% of the verbs end in T, or infinitives end in T. And we have, smaller number of verb infinitives that end in chi. So if the verb is regular, you will know how to get your stem just by, if you know that the word is imati, yeah?
Mhm.
So the regular verbs are just created like this. You have the stem plus t. So if you remove the t from your infinitive, you get ima, which is actually your stem.
Yeah.
So you start with that and you just add a suffix. So I have
Ima.
imam.
Imam.
Right.
Imam.
Right. Because m is the suffix for I. And then you have
Imaš.
mm-hmm,
Ima.
ima. Mm-hmm.
Ima. 多人 ima.
Yes.
Imamo.
Da.
今で、
Da.
い今、今目、今、
Ima. Take a look at
今も、
the table. Spava spavaju.
そうだよ。今よ。
Imaju. Exactly,
お
exactly. So they have imaju.
今。
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's how we make it. Yeah, that's how we conjugate it. And also, for homework, I put this list of verbs that you can, conjugate. Um, but today we can just read these words, maybe. Yeah.
うん。
Let's try.
Читам,
Hmm?
любим, спавам, пишем, радим, плювам, едем, пьем,
Hmm.
учим, причам, идем, долажим, бома, бомажим,
Pomažem.
бомажем,
Mm-hmm.
бомаж, бомане,
Mm-hmm.
о, пьем,
Pečem.
о, пече,
Pečem.
печем,
Da.
кажем, наđем, jedem,
Hmm.
sedem.
Yes. Yes. Great. Great. So, yeah, so later for homework, you can try to conjugate them through all the persons. You read, he reads, we read, you read, they read, and for all the verbs will be great practice. Um, let's try the negative. So it's just constructed with
Nećdam,
ne. Exactly.
nećdam.
Da, da.
Ne živim,
Ne živim.
ne živim,
Mhm.
ne spavam,
Ne spavam.
ne spavam,
Mhm.
ne pišem, ne radim, ne, ne to,
Mhm.
pri, priva, ja, priva, da,
Da.
priva.
Plivam.
Ne, ne jedam,
Ne jedem. Mhm.
ne jedem, ne pijem.
Ne pijem. Yes. And the questions? Mhm.
Da li,
Mhm.
da li se, da li, da li se čita, da li se, da li čitaš,
Da li čitaš?
da li čitaš,
Mhm.
da li, da li živiš,
Mhm.
da li spavaš,
Spavaš? Mhm.
da li, da li, uči, da,
Učiš?
da li učiš, da li učiš,
Mhm.
da li, da li da li govoriš,
Da li govoriš?
da li govoriš,
Da li govoriš? Yeah.
da li govoriš.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So we managed to complete lesson one. Uh, I think it
Yes.
wasn't hard for you, Jordan, because you already knew some words, and yeah, it was just maybe a good practice for you. Yeah.
何者語
Thank you very much for watching. Also, improve your Serbian on the language learning app UTalk. Download free PDFs on my Ko-fi page, check out my socials, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Vidimo se, ciao!